Discover Stoic secrets to a truly fulfilling life in 6 simple steps. Do you ever feel like you're just adrift in the chaos of the modern world? Like you're being swamped by a constant flood of notifications, the pressure to always be doing more, and this nagging feeling that there's got to be a better way to live? It often feels like we're just reacting to all the noise around us, getting pulled in 100 different directions, and losing sight of any real peace or purpose. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. So many of us are looking for a solid foundation in a world that feels more and more unstable. We search for it in success, in stuff, in what other people think of us, but it always seems to slip through our fingers. But what if I told you that the secrets to a truly fulfilling life, to a kind of inner peace that doesn't get rattled by the outside world, were discovered more than 2,000 years ago? What if the best tools for navigating the chaos of our time were actually forged in ancient Greece and Rome? In this video, we're going to walk through 6 simple but incredibly profound steps from the ancient Stoics. Thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus. These ideas can help you reclaim your peace, master your mind, and build a life that has deep and lasting meaning. And this isn't some abstract, dusty philosophy. These are practical, real-world steps you can start using in your life today. 1. Focus only on what you can control. All right, the first and most fundamental step is understanding what the Stoics called the dichotomy of control. It's a simple idea that changes everything. Some things are up to us and some things just aren't. Think about your day. You can't control the traffic that makes you late, the mood of your boss, or whether people like your latest social media post. You can't control the economy, the weather, or the gossip people might spread. From a Stoic point of view, wasting your energy, frustration, and anxiety on those things is a recipe for misery. It's like trying to shout at the wind to make it stop. It's totally exhausting and gets you nowhere. So, what is in your control? Your thoughts, your judgments, your choices, and how you decide to respond. That's it. That is your own little empire, and you are its ruler. The Roman emperor and philosopher Marcus Aurelius nailed it when he wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This isn't about being passive and letting things happen to you. It's about being incredibly effective. When you focus all your energy on your own actions and attitude, you stop being a victim of your circumstances and start becoming the master of your own experience. Here's how to use this today. The next time you feel stress building up over a tough project or a conflict with someone, just pause. Ask yourself, okay, what part of this do I actually control? You can't control your boss's deadline, but you can control the quality of your work within that time. You can't control how another person reacts, but you can control the kindness and patience you bring to the conversation. Shifting your focus from the external to the internal is the first secret to getting your peace back. 2. Live according to virtue. So, once you start focusing on what you can control, the next question is, how should you act? The Stoics had a clear answer: live by virtue. For them, virtue wasn't some stuffy, out-of-reach ideal. It was the ultimate goal, the very definition of a good life. It boils down to 4 key pillars: wisdom, the ability to see situations clearly and navigate them with logic and calm; justice, treating other people with fairness, kindness, and respect; courage, not just big heroic acts, but the strength to face your daily challenges with integrity; temperance, practicing self-control, moderation, and balance in everything you do. These aren't just nice words. They're a practical roadmap for your actions. Living virtuously means your character becomes more important than your comfort. Your integrity becomes more valuable than someone else's approval. The Stoics saw things like wealth, fame, or health as indifference. They aren't good or bad on their own. The only true good is a virtuous character, because that's the one thing no one can ever take from you. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." So how do you apply this? Start by defining your own core values based on these virtues. The next time you have a tough decision to make, don't just ask, "What do I want?" or "What's in it for me?" Ask, "What is the wise, just, and courageous thing to do here?" When you let your values be your compass, even when it's hard, you build a deep sense of self-respect and fulfillment. 3. practice daily self-reflection. Look, a philosophy is just a bunch of nice ideas if you don't actually practice it. The Stoics weren't just thinkers, they were all about daily mental training. And one of their most powerful tools was daily self-reflection, especially what's called the evening review. The philosopher Seneca, who was one of the wealthiest and most powerful men in Rome, would end every single day by looking back on his actions. He'd ask himself, what bad habit did I curb today? What fault did I resist? In what way am I better? This isn't about beating yourself up. It's about honest, compassionate self-assessment. It's your chance to learn from your mistakes, recognize your progress, and be intentional about the person you want to be tomorrow. It's a quiet moment to step away from the day's chaos and reconnect with your own principles. In our ridiculously busy lives, this practice is more valuable than ever. At the end of your day, before you get lost in screens, just take 5 minutes. Find a quiet spot and ask yourself 3 simple questions. What did I do well today that lined up with my values? Where did I mess up or let my emotions run the show? What can I learn from it and do differently tomorrow? This simple habit creates an incredible feedback loop for personal growth. It makes sure you're not just drifting through life, but actively steering the ship. By checking in with your own thoughts and actions regularly, you build the self-awareness that is the foundation for real wisdom and peace. 4. Embrace adversity as an opportunity. This next idea might be the most radical, and honestly the most transformative Stoic principle of them all. The belief that obstacles aren't there to be avoided. They are opportunities to be embraced. The Stoics knew that life would throw challenges our way. Illness, loss, failure, you name it. We don't choose our hardships, but we always choose how we respond. Marcus Aurelius put this mindset perfectly when he wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." For a Stoic, every obstacle is a chance to practice virtue. That difficult co-worker? An opportunity to practice patience. A financial setback? A chance to practice resilience. A health scare? An opportunity to practice courage. This completely reframes how you see adversity. Instead of seeing problems as punishments or proof of failure, you start to see them as your training. They are the very things that build your character and make you stronger. Think about the last time you had a major setback. Maybe a project at work failed, or you were rejected for something you really wanted. The normal reaction is frustration or disappointment. The Stoic approach asks you to look closer. What did that failure teach you? What strength did you have to find to get through it? How can that experience make you better in the future? When you see every challenge as a training ground, you become what's known as anti-fragile. You don't just survive hardship, you actually grow because of it. This is how you develop an inner strength that no outside event can break. By the way, if you're finding these ancient secrets as powerful as I do, take a moment to hit that like button and subscribe. We explore timeless wisdom for modern problems, and your support helps this knowledge reach more people who need it. 5. Cultivate gratitude and presence. Our modern world is basically a machine designed to make us want more. A better job, a bigger house, a newer phone. We're taught to live in a state of constant wanting, always thinking that true happiness is just over the horizon. If only we get that one next thing. The Stoics taught the exact opposite. They argued that real happiness doesn't come from getting what you want, but from wanting what you already have. You get there by intentionally practicing gratitude and being present, and this isn't just about being thankful for the obviously good stuff. Stoic gratitude runs deeper. It's about appreciating everything, even the challenges, because they teach us. But it can start simply. The food you're eating, the air you're breathing, the simple fact that you are alive right now. As the philosopher Epictetus said, "Do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not. Remember that what you now have was once among the things you only hoped for." A powerful way to do this is to take a few moments each day to think about what you're grateful for. Don't just make a mental list. Try to really feel the appreciation and be specific. Instead of "I'm grateful for my family," think about the way a loved one smiled at you today. Instead of "I'm grateful for my home," feel the sense of safety and comfort it gives you. The other half of this is being fully present. When you're drinking your morning coffee, just drink the coffee. Notice its warmth, its smell, its taste. When you're walking, just walk. Feel your feet on the ground and the air on your skin. When you anchor yourself in the present moment and appreciate your life as it actually is, you break free from that endless cycle of wanting more and find a deep sense of peace, right here, right now. 6. Commit to continuous practice. And the final step is maybe the most important, understanding that Stoicism isn't a destination. It's not a certificate you earn. It is a lifelong commitment to practice. Epictetus, who was born a slave and became one of the most respected Stoic teachers, always reminded his students that you have to live the philosophy, not just talk about it. He famously said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." Living a fulfilling life is a skill, just like playing an instrument or learning a sport. You wouldn't expect to be a master pianist after one lesson, so you shouldn't expect to be a perfect Stoic sage overnight. You will have days where you lose your temper, where you get upset about things that you can't control, and where you forget to be grateful. That's okay. It's part of the process. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. It's about getting back up every time you stumble and recommitting to your principles. It's about the daily effort to be a little wiser, a little more courageous, and a little more just than you were yesterday. The takeaway here is simple. Be patient with yourself, but be persistent. Set small, achievable goals. Maybe this week, just focus on what you can and can't control. Next week, you can try adding the evening review. See your life as your gym, your workshop, your training ground. The fulfillment isn't waiting at the finish line. It's found in the noble daily practice of becoming the best version of yourself. Conclusion. So there you have it. 6 ancient secrets for building a truly fulfilling life. As relevant today as they were 2,000 years ago. Let's do a quick recap. 1. Focus only on what you can control, your thoughts and actions. 2. Live by virtue. Let wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance guide you. 3. Practice daily self-reflection to stay intentional. 4. See adversity as a training opportunity. 5. Cultivate gratitude and presence to want what you already have. And 6. Commit to the daily practice, because it's a lifelong journey. This isn't a quick fix, but a blueprint for building a life of resilience, meaning, and unshakable inner peace. In a world that's constantly pulling you outward, Stoicism pulls you inward, to that calm, powerful center where your real strength is waiting. You have the tools. The path is clear. The rest is up to you. What do you think? Which of these steps hit home for you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you, and I really do read every single one. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next exploration into timeless wisdom. Until next time, be well, like, and subscribe.